What's that smell? Could it be the chance that people might be wanting to swipe their credit cards at the screen at the next Mog Station item? So this was actually shown at the Korean, I believe it's the Seoul Fan Festival 2019, and that took place quite recently. And essentially what they showed off, a bunch of new things for the Korean client, but included in that on stage was this demonstration, and we have this beautiful image here, courtesy of MrCombineSoldier, who posted this on Reddit for everybody to look at. And this is essentially a new Glamour set that's coming to the Korean client. Now, as you usually would imagine, if you've seen any of these videos before or where we've talked about these in the past, pretty much all of the Korean stuff, bar a couple, actually end up coming over to our version of the game. Same with the Chinese ones, etc. Recently we saw the Peacock mount and the Peacock outfit announced previously in other versions of the game, but this is the Korean outfit, and yeah, what do we really have to say about this? It's quite interesting. Obviously it's based on Korean culture. This is something I am not familiar with. All I can say is those male shoes there on the male model, they're pretty much just like a pair of Adidas sneakers, aren't they? Pretty much. I mean, if you wanted to get your own trainers in the game, I'm pretty sure they are as close as we're going to get. So a lot of people are probably going to be hyped specifically for that. I quite like the female hat. It reminds me for some reason of Van Helsing. I'm not sure if that's like a racial problem for me to actually say that, because it's probably got some really deep and interesting meaning in Korea, but I'm a very ignorant person from England, and all I can say is that hat reminds me for some reason of vampire hunters, and I kind of want it. Trench coat thing they've got on there with the sort of half of it being a black thing down to your ankles and the other sort of like a white thing. Yeah, I'm not really that well equipped to sort of comment on some of this stuff. The chest piece on the males is kind of meh. In general, the outfits are pretty meh, you have to agree. Some people might go, wow, they're amazing, but I think for the most part, most people will go, there are bits of those glamours I would use, and I think that's what it really comes down to. I love the hat on the females, I love the shoes on the males, simply because they're trainers or sneakers in the Americas, as you guys call them. And, you know, we haven't got those in the game, not really. The Scion boots are pretty much as close as we've got to that sort of thing. So, yeah, I don't know. What do you think about these? There's lots of really cool things coming out of the other territories and other regions of Final Fantasy XIV. If we were to compare this to the Peacock mount and Peacock outfit, then I would much rather have those. But, you know, this is a sort of stuff that will eventually, most likely, come over to our version of the game, if not at the end of this year, more likely towards next year. I said that previously about something, and it was pretty much in the game the next few days. So, you know, these things do come in, and people do want to spend their money on cosmetic items. And yeah, I'm totally behind that. That's what makes the cash shop of Final Fantasy XIV work, is that we don't have really any pay-to-win items, but we do have lots of glamour options. You know, as a whole, I do hope that eventually we move away from the full Eastern designs. There's been a lot of Eastern-themed glamour sets, and I know that's like the whole point of this, but I'd like to see the same people who are in charge of creating these outlandish, you know, outfits that are still part of the Square Enix core team, but create them as a commission for those different clients, you know, in those specific organized themes, such as, you know, whatever time period this one is specifically replicating here in this glamour. I wish they would sort of look outside of the Eastern section and maybe create a Western collection, or you know, something completely bizarre, because I think there's a lot of talent on hand and there's a lot of cool opportunities to make some really nice looking sets. But yeah, let me know what you think about these outfits below, and thank you once again to the Redditor who posted this. I will of course link that thread in the description. Go and give it a thumbs up, because I don't believe anyone else is talking about this. Thank you all kindly for watching, and I'll see you all next time.